Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to Everything Best TV. This is Teacher March, and thank you for being here right now. So, this is going to be another exciting lesson discussion that will help you as you progress in your research. Okay, so today I will be discussing a lesson which will help you in writing your chapter 4. Okay? So, I have here a question. Have you encountered this research question? Is there a significant difference? Okay, this is only an example. Like, is there a significant difference, let's say, between the performance of male and female students in English spelling? Or maybe you write it this way. Is there a difference between the performance of male and female students in English spelling? Or let's just say any other questions which are finding the significant difference. Okay? So, how are you going to answer this question in your research? Okay? So, what will you do for you to be able to get an answer for this question? Is there a significant difference? Okay, that's where the t-test for independent samples come in. Okay, when do you use the t-test for independent samples? First, what is a t-test for independent samples? So, according to the book, t-test for independent samples is a parametric test which is used to determine whether there is a statistically significant difference between the means in two independent samples. So from the word independent, that means these are two different samples. So for you to be able to use the t-test for independent samples class, your samples should be independent, meaning to say they are not related. Okay? So the independent samples t-test can only compare the means for only two groups. It cannot make comparisons among more than two groups. So again, you are just comparing two groups here when you use the t-test for independent samples. So when do you use the t-test for independent samples? You know this? You use this because you want to know if there is a difference between population. Then you also use this to compare two sample means from unrelated group. Meaning to say, there are different people providing scores for each group. Okay? So you have two groups of people which are not related with each other, meaning which are different. Okay? So they are not related with each other. They are independent. Okay? So they come from two unrelated groups. Okay? That's when you use the independent samples t-test. Okay, so what is the purpose of independent samples t-test? The purpose of this is very simple. Of course, we want to determine if the samples are different from each other. So we use the independent samples t-test to test for the following. We want to know if there is a statistical difference between the means of two groups. We want to know if there is a statistical difference between the means of two interventions. For example, you provide interventions in your respondents and you want to test if there is a difference between those two interventions. And we use the independent samples t-test to see if there is a statistical difference between the means of two change scores. Okay. What are the requirements for you to use the independent samples t-test? Now, class, the independent samples t-test may be used if you want to analyze interval or ration data. And then, like I said earlier, I'm emphasizing this. You have two independent samples coming from two unrelated groups, meaning groups which are independent with each other. For example, this is group 1, this is group 2. And these respondents are different. They are not the same. Okay? Then, your data should be normally distributed. For you to check that, you can use the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test or the Shapiro-Wilk test. And then, You use this independent samples t-test if the two samples have the same variance. Okay, now let me continue. Here is an example. You want to know if the senior high school performance of men is different from women in English spelling. Okay, so these people are two different groups. You have a group of men or male, and then you have a group of women or female. So to assess this, for us to be able to know this, we would need information gathered from a group of men and, of course, information gathered from a group of women. So these are two separate groups, okay? All right. I have here a sample hypothesis. Let's just say I have here my HO, which is my null hypothesis. There is no difference between the performance of senior high school men and women in English spelling. And I also have here an alternative hypothesis. There is a difference between the performance of senior high school men and women in English spelling. Okay, this is an example of hypothesis. So if I have this hypothesis, I want to, whichever you use, whether you use the alternative hypothesis or whether you use the null hypothesis, it's okay. Okay, but for us to be able to check and to know if there is a difference or there is no difference, we have to use the t-test for independent samples. All right? Try. Okay? Let's say I have here the following data set. Okay? So for male, I have 14, 18, 17, 16, 4, 14, 12, 10, 9, 17. Okay, so these are the scores. Okay? These are the scores of male. And these are the scores of female. We have 12, 9, 11, 5, 10, 3, 7, 2, 6, 13. Okay. Now, class, what are we going to do with this? We have to conduct the independent sample t-test. Okay, how? Okay. Now, class, I have here a very simple calculator that you can use if you want to check for independent samples. So first that you have to do is to open this link. Okay, so let's do it. All right, you have to open this link and then input the data inside the box. Then check the significance level, whether it's one-tailed or two-tailed. Now, I was saying that the default significance level is 0.5 and one-tailed. Then you simply have to click calculate the T and P values. Okay, let's do it. All right. Click calculate T and P values. So just, click that and you can see the results. So you will see here the explanation of results. Okay. And it shows here, class, how are you going to interpret it? So if the text is blue, your result is significant. If it's red, it's not significant, okay? The t-value is 2.888814. The p-value is 0.004968. So it says here that the result is significant at p is less than 0.05. Okay? Now, it says here in the result that the p-value is 2.8814 and the p-value is 0.004968. So the result here is significant at p less than 0.5. Okay, meaning the p-value is less than 0.5. So how are you going to write your decision now? Okay, reject HO or reject the null hypothesis if the computed value is greater than the critical value, or if the level of significance is greater than p-value, you have to accept HO. Okay? So based on the result, at 0.5% level of significance, it can be concluded that there is a significant difference between the performance of senior high school men and women students in spelling. The data also shows that the mean of men is higher than of female. Thus, it can be inferred that men performs well in spelling compared to women. Okay? So this is an example conclusion of this results. Okay? All right. So, like I said, if the text is blue, your result is significant. If it's red, it's not. Again, class, what's the decision? The decision is to reject the HO. Okay? So there's no difference between the performance of senior high school men and women in English spelling. Pag, depending upon the results, that is the HO. And the alternative is to accept there is a difference between the performance. So, like I said, in this example, since it's significant, therefore, you have to reject the HO. So if you use the alternative hypothesis, you simply have to accept your alternative hypothesis. So plus, depending upon which you use, whether you use the null hypothesis or the alternative hypothesis, this is where you're going to base whether you're going to reject or you're going to accept your hypothesis. Okay? At this example, since it's significant, I am going to reject the null hypothesis if I use the null hypothesis as my hypothesis. But if I use alternative hypothesis in my study, then I'm going to accept it. Okay? So we're done. We're done with using independent t-test. Okay? So class, this is the opposite of the t-test independent samples. Okay? In the t-test independent samples, you are testing two groups which are unrelated. Okay? But with t-test for dependent samples, you use it to compare the sample means from two related groups. So independent, they are not related, but with t-test dependent, they are related. So this means that the scores for both groups being compared come from the same people. Okay, for example, your subject or your respondents are male students, then all the data should only come from this group of male students and not from female. Okay? So do you see the difference? So the purpose of this test is to determine if there is a change from one measurement to the other. So I have here an example. Example, a teacher, after seeing the poor mathematics scores of the class, decides to conduct a special tutoring for the subject. So the test was out of 10, okay? And then she compares the result before and after scores, okay, of the students and to see if there is a difference in the scores. So here, class, you can see the scores before the conduct of tutoring or the conduct of tutorial. And then here, you can see the scores after the conduct of the tutorial. Okay. Now, let's try to calculate. Now, class, you can just go ahead and go directly to Google and search, or you can simply look for it in Google and just type. So here we need 4 dependent samples. All right, so I will just type here and this one. T-test calculator for 2 dependent means. Test for dependent sample means. All right. Okay. So class, the same thing, we simply have to input the data. Okay. Now that we've already input the data, okay, let me do it again. So before we have the score 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5, 7. Then this one is the result before the tutorial, okay? Then this one, treatment after the tutorial, okay? The intervention that the teacher did. These are now the results. Okay, 9, 6, 8, 7. Okay, now class, let's calculate and let's see if there is a difference or not. Okay, it says here the result is the t-value or the value of p is 3.597263. Okay, the value of p is 0.00577. It says here that the result is significant at p is less than 0.5. Okay, so it says that it is significant. So the same thing, class, the procedure is the same. How are you going to write it? So depending upon what hypothesis you use, whether you use the null hypothesis or you use the alternative hypothesis, then you can reject or accept the hypothesis. If we use the null hypothesis, it says here that there is a significant difference. Therefore, we are going to what? We are going to reject the null hypothesis. Now, if we use alternative hypothesis, we are going to accept the alternative hypothesis. Okay? So, there is a significant difference. That's the result. So, let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So with this, we can now say that there is a significant difference between, okay, between the mathematics scores of the class before and after the conduct of special tutoring. Okay, so we can say, all right, at 0.5 level of significance, it can be concluded that, okay, the mathematics scores of the class, that the mathematics scores of the class before and after the special tutoring is different. Okay. Or you can say there is a significant difference, okay, in the scores in mathematics before and after the special tutoring. Okay, something like that. So it's just up to you, class, on how you're going to explain or how you're going to frame your interpretation, but it shows that there is a significant difference in the scores of the students before and after their special tutoring. Okay, so I hope class you get something from this video. That's all for today. By the way, class, you can consult your statistician if you want to make sure that your computation is correct. Okay, so I just showed you a video on how you can calculate it yourself. But if you have questions, class, you can, just let me know and I will try to answer the best that I can. Okay, that's all for today. Bye. If you're new in our channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Goodbye. Wow.